6 things that low-level Counter-Strike players can do to improve instantly. No intro, let's get right into it. Understanding loss bonus. Every round that you lose in a row, your team gains 1 loss bonus that you can see when you open the scoreboard. Each loss bonus corresponds to a higher reward for losing the round, and you can check the exact amount of money you receive for losing by hovering your mouse over the loss bonus indicator in the menu. Knowing this information is crucial when deciding to save, buy, or force. This decision is contextual, but generally as a rule of thumb, I force when I have 1 loss bonus, save when I have 2, at 3 it depends, and at 4 generally you want to be trying to buy to win the round or half buying if you don't have the money. Trading your teammates. Counter-Strike is a team game, and you miss out on dozens of free kills every game when you don't understand how to trade your teammates properly. When your teammate takes a gunfight, don't just stand there and wait for them to die. Either take the fight with them or peek as soon as you can if they lose. By baiting your teammates and refusing to play as a unit, you pass up loads of free high-impact opportunities. When a teammate makes contact with the opponent, there's a window of time where that opponent literally cannot kill you. Remember, you can't shoot at 2 people at the same time. Finding these easy kills is especially important on the T side. 1-for-1 trades are far more beneficial for the Ts because they get to make the first move, while the CTs are stuck playing defense, reacting to what the Ts do. Counter-Strike maps are not meant to be perfectly defendable with 5 players, so imagine how much harder the CT side becomes when you only have 4. Even in 4v4 scenarios, the Ts will have a much better chance of finding weaknesses in the defense that they can group up and exploit, especially with the information gained from a trade occurring on a specific area of the map. Only good things happen when you trade your teammates. Crosshair placement. Good crosshair placement takes much more time to develop than some of the other things on this list. So instead of trying to memorize how to place your crosshair in every single situation, try to be more consistent in visualizing the map. Crosshair placement isn't just memorizing exactly how to peek every single angle. It's about visualizing space and actually doesn't really have anything to do with your crosshair at all. Visualize where the opponent's going to be and how they will appear on your screen, and your crosshair will do the rest as you get better and better at taking fights. The goal is consistency. The best players don't just have crazy raw aim, they primarily understand how to create consistent shots. Getting the jump on the opponent mentally rather than having to react to everything they do, relying on inconsistent micro adjustments and flicks. Taking your time while aiming. This is a more simple thing, but in line with thing 3, thing 4 utilizes simplicity to gain consistency. When an enemy appears on your screen in an unexpected place, don't panic. See their head and move your crosshair to it using as much time as you need. Often they may be just a surprise to see you, and you will have much more time than you think. You can try this in a deathmatch by seeing players and not killing them instantly to understand how much time you actually have. Prioritizing accuracy will consistently win over speed and will ironically kill much faster. Something tortoise in the hair. Buy utility with purpose. This is by far my biggest pet peeve with newer players. Either buying a bunch of utility with no intention of using it, or worse, buying no utility when they had thousands left over. Instead of buying utility just because you're supposed to, try buying each piece of utility with a specific purpose or idea in mind every round. Just one decent flash, smoke, Molotov, or even nade at the right moment can be an absolute round changer, and getting in the habit of using utility regularly will change the way you play. Beyond the intended use superficial purposes, utility isn't just capable of getting a quick flash kill or blocking off a choke point. When you start to unlock the full potential of your utility, you can use it to extend your presence, create pressure, and create chain reactions all under your control. If you go into every round bullshitting your utility usage and treating nades like a side quest, you will never gain this completely free ability that's available to everyone when they first install the game.
Round review.
Remember this play from earlier. It was a nice trade and entry out of hut, right? Well, more than just aim went into this play. Following the theme of utility, let's look at the bigger picture. Early in the round, FaZe throws these smokes that land outside. Watch how this smoke puts pressure on the CT side, who have not challenged outside. Shuro sees the outside smokes and throws a nade, anticipating a fast play. Being aware of the outside pressure, he becomes preoccupied by the potential of an outside flank. Meanwhile, A site is left unassisted, leaving FaZe an easy way into the site. Meanwhile at ramp, Xuntix finds a pick in lobby, but has to immediately rotate to secret because of FaZe's potential outside presence, causing his rotation to be late. Baz is holding hut, but he switches his attention to Mini. His attention is divided. Watch him switch back and forth. See how utility creates pressure. Simple moves win games. Onto the last tip of the video.
Understand Peeker's advantage. This last thing is especially important when it comes to CS2, as it seems that Peeker's advantage is much stronger in this version than ever before, at least based on my own experience so far. When somebody peeks into you because of a combination of latency as well as human reaction time, the Peeker will see you before you see them. The easiest way to conceptualize this is to think of Peeker's advantage as a kind of speed boost you get when you come around a corner. If you've ever gotten insta-killed by somebody flying around a wall at full speed, this is why. It might seem unfair, but this is just how the game is, so instead of trying to outreact enemies, let's think of ways to adapt. A lot of players will talk about holding angles, but I think that this is an incredibly outdated, misleading, and frustrating idea for beginners especially. As a Counter-Strike player, you should always remember in the back of your head that if somebody knows or has a good idea of where you are, they could kill you instantly if they wanted to, especially if they paid attention during Thing 3. There are times when it may be better to sit still and wait for somebody to run into your crosshair, but every fight is contextual. If you know that the opponent has no idea where you are, then holding a position might be a good idea. On the other hand, if your position is predictable, no amount of positional advantage is going to save you when somebody peeks you. When holding a more obvious or traditional angle, instead of letting the opponent freely peek into you, consider peeking in and out to get the jump on them first. Remember, you can always abuse the peeker's advantage speed boost as well. Allow them to peek first, and if you can catch the timing correctly, suddenly the tables are turned and you can make use of Peeker's advantage. Of course, there's no guarantee that you catch the timing correctly, but that's the trade-off you make when you hold a more obvious angle. You always need some kind of positional insurance in Counter-Strike, and when you hold more obvious angles, you don't get the same advantage of being able to just hide in a corner and wait for somebody to walk past, guaranteeing you the kill. To sum up everything I just said, never allow fair fights. Play dirty, especially against players with better aim than you. Take them on at uncomfortable positions. Peek into them instead of letting them peek into you. Set up crossfires with your teammates, making them look in two directions. Hide in weird places and shoot them in the back of the head before they even know what happened. All it takes is one advantage and suddenly all of those hours of aim training are useless. There will always be those players that put a freakish amount of time into deathmatch and aim training, much more so than you and I ever will, but the most effective solution to overcoming these anime profile picture one-tap demons isn't to out-train them. Sometimes you can just walk around the roadblock. Alright, there's my 6 easy things. If you have any other easy things to share, go ahead and drop them in the comments because there are many more simple details in Counter-Strike that beginners don't know that I did not cover. Like and subscribe if you want more to the point videos such as these. Bye.